Hello YouTubers, welcome back. I've got 4 days off and I'm feeling a lot better. My diabetes is greatly improved. Sugars are much better than what they were. So I thought I'd try and get back into this radio again and see if we can do something, to this. I've just been playing around with this and I've noticed this. I don't know if that was me. I don't know if that was me or not. I can't remember. I don't remember doing that. I obviously have soldered this capacitor in here. But I don't know if I did that or not. I can't remember. So that's what I spotted so far. And I'll get back to you when I find some more things, okay? Hello there. I've decided to investigate this can here. So I'm just documenting this for myself so I remember where the wires go. A resistor off the middle pin top. Wire link on top pin on the end there. There's a capacitor going across there. We have to be careful because that is got polystyrene inside or change value. I've taken the brown wire, that's this wire. Let's get something to point with. This wire here goes to the middle pin there, and then as you can see this grey wire goes to this pin here. Can you see it? Grey wire there. So we're going to disconnect that grey wire, then I'm going to slot this can out and have a look at it in closer detail. And then when I've done that, I'll have a look at this one. I'm going to have a look at this because this is part of the AM/FM circuit. And I can't make up my mind what to do, so we'll have a look at this more closely. Okie dokie, that's what we're doing now. Right, so here's our coil. I've got it out of the circuit. I've put 2 lines on it there to mark where it goes on the chassis, and I mark the same lines on the underneath so that I make sure I get this round the right way. Now I've cut the grey wire because we've got to be careful in not putting too much heat on this 5000 PF capacitor, mica capacitor, because if we do put too much heat on this, it will change value and it will not change back. It will stay at the value it's changed to, and I don't have another one of those, so gonna have to be careful with this. So I'm gonna check this coil, check it out properly, and make sure I'm happy with everything on this. Okay, get back to you later. Oh, by the way, then we'll have a look at the other one. Right, there we are. There is our IF can, and that's very interesting. They're actual capacitors rather than mica. How can I put it? A mica plate with the connections on it. It's an actual mica capacitors, 125 volt. 2 of them. Yeah. So I just thought I'd show you that. I would test this. I don't know whether those capacitors are the sort that give trouble or not. I've always heard of the capacitors that are the mica plates, as it were, with the contacts on them, with the oily stuff that's supposed to protect them. See, the oil that goes on that type of capacitor is to keep the air out, to stop the capacitors from tarnishing too quickly. But of course, over the years of heat and use, they do just start to deteriorate, and that's when you get your mica disease. But I don't think you get mica disease with this type of capacitor. If any of you know, well, if you do get mica disease with this type of capacitor, please let me know. I'd be interested to know. Okay, thank you very much. We'll carry on with this, see what we can find. We'll test this now. It's out of circuit. I didn't know if I could test these in circuit or not, so, and these are the ones that I'm wary of. I very much doubt these are going to be wrong, but one more thing isolated from everything else, one more thing eliminated, I should say. Right, let's have another, have a bit of a go with the multimeter and check this out properly. Right, okay. I just wanted to show you this in putting this IF cam back in circuit. I thought I would test this resistor, which is red brown, 220 ohms, and it's actually reading 245 ohms. So that's gone up in value quite a bit, isn't it? So that's coming out. Like I say, I've got to check all these resistors in here. I tested this before without the leads. I've just got this clipped in like this just to show you guys, okay? So there'll be a little bit of added resistance with these wires, but it shouldn't be much, but it's basically the same as what it was without the wires, So I just thought I'd show you that. So that resistor's coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if most of these resistors in here are out of whack. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. We've got the can in almost. We're just sorting out the wires. I was just about to solder the resistor in. I thought, check it. And that's what I found. Alright, so I'm not going to show you me replacing that. I'm just going to crack on. As I find things, I'll point them out to you. See all these black capacitors. I haven't tested any of those in the rest of the radio, just the one that was in that box. And I was thinking about it the other day, now that I know I'm coming back to this radio again. What's probably happened is the little can that's inside this black, whatever it is, has swollen up inside and basically forced open the sides of this material and cracked it and split it away. So I haven't checked any of these values in the rest of the radio yet. I decided to do this can because I thought to myself, well, we've got to start somewhere. There's possibility there's a lot wrong with this radio. That's why I'm finding it difficult to trace the actual fault. I mean, I've gone around with my oscilloscope and whatever. What I really desperately need is a signal tracer. That would make life a lot easier, but I don't have one, so we'll crack on with this, and next time I find something that I don't like, I'll show you guys. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. And we have another one. This is supposed to be 4.7K. There we are, got it in camera there. Got it clipped in the same as before. Go on guys, guess what value this one reads. And it's not 4.7K. Go on, have a guess. Oh, there's the answer right there. 5.6. Well, hey. I guess that's coming out as well. Wow. There we go. Right, okay, we'll just keep on cracking on. I've got to find a bunch of resistors by the sounds of it. Oh, by the way, if ever you come across a radio like this, just a word of advice. Remember, mica capacitors that are like this have a polystyrene core, or polystyrene in them, I should say. I don't know exactly how they're made. And they will change value if you heat them up too much. So if you don't see a mica capacitor like this, and you just see a can or whatever, or you see different capacitors. Remember, there could be microcapacitors inside. As we know they are inside. This can, so it's probably going to be the same for the rest of them. So if you're soldering around these cans, be very, very careful what you're doing, because you can do damage without realising it. You know, I've seen that a documentary done by that guy on the internet about capacitors. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. You know what I mean. All about capacitors and that, and he did demonstrations on these things. So watch out, be careful with these things. Don't eat them up too much. Alright, I'll get back to you when I find some more. I've got to find a bunch of resistors by the looks of it. Of course, I can get to the chassis of these, and these are quarter watt resistors. That's what's going to go in here, quarter watt resistors. I'm not going to put the size in that I put in the tin can. I only did that because I didn't want to go back in there again. So we'll use the proper quarter watt resistors for this, which I've got an absolute ton of. Okay, I'll get back to you when I've done that part. Okay, see you later. I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby. Hello guys, just bought this new solder pump. Nothing wrong with the old one. The old one works fine, but this one's got a lot more volume of air sucking through the end, and just wanted to let you know what I thought. I think it's brilliant. Works really, really well. You know, you push the old handle in and it comes out the top. So if there's any solder stuck in there, it'll either come out the top or it'll push the end off, give you a chance to clean it. And it's quite powerful. I wish I'd bought one of these before I bought that bloody great big, sorry I swore there, I apologise, that solder sucking thing that I got, the Hakko FR300. Wish I'd bought this first. I could have bought 1,000,000 of these for the price that it cost us. This is brilliant. It works wonders. I don't obviously know how it's going to work on a big radio, mains radio chassis where there's more solder. We'll have to try that on one of those when we get to that. But yeah, very good. Right, I've had a couple of bacon sandwiches, or bacon rolls, wholemeal rolls. I threw all my white bread away because it was making me too ill. So recap, you've got this resistor here to replace, this one here to replace, that wire there to replace. It's got a melt point on there with a soldering line. See these two, I think these two IF cans, this is the bottom of them here, are to do with the VHF FM, whatever. So I think replacing them two resistors might help. We've got some of these are Hunt's capacitors to have a look at as well. And we've got one there. Yeah, we've got a few in there. I'll just wait for my soldering iron to heat up. I haven't soldered this point here because, as I say, this resistor's coming out, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to have a look inside this can. I haven't made up my mind yet. It looks like they've bought some good parts on them IF cans. They look like good ones, but I'm not so keen on these Hunt's capacitors, mind. They don't look very good to me. I mean, I would imagine back in those days they'd be buying their components in quite large quantities, and when they suddenly stop using them for like the mains radios or whatever, they start trying to use up the parts on other things. I mean, this one here is this big capacitor here is rated at 150 volts. My goodness, it's supposed to be a battery radio, you know, 9 volts. Would have put a great big thing in like this, and this thing up here. This is a whopping great big capacitor, and it's not even a correct value, this thing, this grey one. I don't think it's original anyway. I think it looks like it's been replaced because it's been tagged on this end. So anyway, like I say, wait for my iron to heat up. I'm going to pull some more resistors and capacitor ends up so that I can untest them, and then I'll just blast through and start replacing some parts. Alright, that's where we are at the minute.